I met Kip back in 2011. I prank phone called him when I spent the night at a friend's house.
One day I received a phone call from an unknown number, and it was two girls that were prank phone calling me. I knew one of them, and the other one I didn't know who it was.
He ended up reversing the prank phone call on me.
I convinced her that we knew each other, and that if she wants the full story, she needs to come over to my house and I will give her all the details of how we knew each other, and I made it all up.
I went to his house, which wasn't a good idea, but I went to his house and I met him there, and we sat up for hours just talking about everything.
It was probably the first real conversation I've ever had with another person, and she got me to open up for probably the first time in my life, and I knew she was the one.
We hung out every day after that.
When her standards were just low enough, I asked her to marry me, and she said yes.
I had Aubrey in 2014. I was 21 years old.
Being a father is what I needed.
Hadley was born in 2016, and she's just a ball of energy.
She's a rainbow child, and here we are with two beautiful children.
It was the beginning of September. Kip started getting really sick, and we were in the middle of packing up our house because we were gonna move.
I was coughing, sneezing. I thought I just had a cold, and so I didn't really think much about it, but it just kept getting worse. I just kept coughing and coughing up like phlegm, and it wouldn't stop.
He was complaining about his chest hurting and his heart. And I told him, I said, if your heart's hurting, you need to go to the doctor. They put him on a Z-Pack, thinking that it was just bronchitis.
Took my first set of antibiotics. It didn't go away. My resting heart rate was 120. When they got me on the treadmill, it was going up to 140, 150. My blood pressure was skyrocketing, and they were convinced it was more than bronchitis at that point.
It was my birthday, October 5th. And we went to our house, got the last of our stuff, and left the keys on the counter. And we went to Hobby Lobby for my birthday, and he got a phone call. And he walked away, and which was really odd.
I let her know that I had to go get a COVID test right away, so that way I could go in the following day and get a biopsy. The next day we went in, and they took this big needle and they shoved it in my chest 6 or 8 times and pulled out chunks of the tumor to test it. And the doctor knew prior to the test that it was lymphoma. He said that your lymph nodes, a huge lymph node in your chest, and it's most likely lymphoma. I've seen it a million times, and it's cancer.
At the biopsy, I was still kind of hopeful, thinking that it wasn't serious. But the doctor came in and told us that it was cancer, and that if he put Kip up against a wall and threw a dart, that he would hit it. And then we left there, and Kip went downhill really, really fast. And he started not breathing. And I would be up all night watching him. I'd be up all night watching him sleep, because he had to sit up in a chair to sleep. Because if he laid back, he couldn't breathe.
They would give me chemo multiple times a day. And then my lines would clot up. I still have blood clots in my arms. That one will clot up, then they'll throw it in the other arm through my artery that way. Then that one will mess up, and then now I have a port in my chest, and that's how they do the chemo through my jugular into my heart. I was getting docked pay because I didn't have enough sick hours on my books. I had a sergeant that campaigned for me, and tons of people donated sick hours, an unbelievable amount, and people donated money to help us to be able to pay for the multiple times we were driving back and forth between Bakersfield and UCLA, and for all the co-payments we would have never been able to afford. We ran out of money so quickly, and we were praying. We were praying. Our friend Rick, he helped us. He explained to us that that's what your living benefits were for. It was something we had kind of forgotten about because my mom had gotten a policy from me so long ago. I thought it was for when I die, my family was going to get the money, because when my dad passed away, we didn't really get anything. But Rick said, no, you can cash this in and get a percentage of your policy. And that percentage was pretty nice.
We got a call from Rick that we were getting our check, and it didn't feel real at all. Then when we saw it in the account, we kind of just looked at each other, and our mouths dropped, and it was just shocking.
It changed my life dramatically. I was on the verge of death, and now people are like, wow, you had cancer 4 months ago? And yeah, this living benefits policy was able to allow me to see what it's like to be in a different class for a little bit and experience some of those benefits, and it changed my life. I was in the hospital dying, and my wife was in there supporting me, and at the same time she said, this is it, this is the right thing to do. And so she sat there on the computer and supported me, gave me words of encouragement, watched stupid shows in the hospital with me, and sat on the computer and took all her classes and studied. And she was going to help, because now she realizes, hey, maybe Kip's not going to be around. I need to be able to take care of the girls myself. So she found this amazing company, and so she wanted to become a part of it. She believes in it, and so she's doing it, and I want to do it too.
These living benefit policies are the most important thing that you can have for your family.
Now, Danny is a Freedom Equity Group agent, and she's the full package. She's the breadwinner, and she's beautiful.
When you were born, your mama said, the Lord bless you and keep you. In everything that you do, take heart. When you were 8, your daddy said, never take your life for granted. Believe in second chances, my love. When the world spins badly on, remember that you belong. You are strong, you are brave, you are all you're meant to be. Everything you ever dreamed came true. When you laugh, when you cry, I'll be always on your side, and thank